everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a follow-up video on the video I did yesterday about the reciprocal tariffs that Trump announced that he would be putting on to different countries. The reaction to those tariffs has been pretty dramatic. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, the Dow has dropped over 2,000 points since the announcement. So the mainstream media has had a field day with this development, of course. But in my opinion, it's just an opportunity for them to gain ratings. I mean, every day when you turn on the news, it's the end of the world. It's a trading war. The economy is finished. You know, Trump is insane. The truth is, America is holding all the cards. Trump is the one calling all the shots. The reality is his plan is working. I mentioned in my last video that these tariffs are not permanent policy. I don't believe that they are going to last very long. I mean, Trump is applying pressure to these countries that have been treating us very unfairly for a very long time. So just today, the secretary of Vietnam called Trump and they want to cut their tariffs to zero. No surprise. Let's look at a video on that.
The president is saying on True Social, he just had a very productive call with the General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam on the tariff, saying that this man told him that Vietnam wants to cut their tariffs down to zero if they are able to make an agreement with the U.S. Trump says that he replied by thanking him on behalf of the U.S. and saying he looked forward to a meeting in the near future. So no definite moves happening there, but it does show that the president is taking calls. This is the first confirmation we have that the president has spoken to another world leader since these tariffs were put in place. This is while he's down in Florida. They say this call has been happening. And it also suggests, Sarah, that in a shift from what we were hearing from administration officials yesterday, this could be a negotiation for this administration. They could be open to deals now, despite what we were hearing at first.
So Donald Trump is not trying to ruin the world economy. He's trying to get these countries to play fair, and that's all there is to it. And if they don't, he is letting them know that if they don't want us to put tariffs on their goods, then drop your restrictions on our goods. Very simple. And clearly, the ones that don't want to play ball are the ones that have the most to lose. For example, China. They are threatening more retaliatory tariffs on us. But listen to this statistic. China exports to the U.S. about $427 billion worth of goods every year, while the U.S. exports about $148 billion per year. So in other words, China imports 3 times the amount that we export to them. So who stands the most to lose in a trade war? That would be China. With Vietnam stepping up and letting Trump know that they are willing to make deals, the message is quite clear. China is replaceable. So America holds all the cards and the leverage here. But the media wants us to think that this is only bad and Trump is a crazed lunatic trying to destroy our economy. Obviously, Trump is trying to target strategic industries like steel, technology, pharmaceutical, industries that matter to our national security. I think he also wants to break open the foreign market to American products. I mean, it's only common sense. And what Trump is saying to these foreign countries is, drop your tariffs or face ours. Listen to Stephen Miller on a recent media tour. Pretty interesting.
Protect and defend South Korea. And in exchange, they steal our automobile industry, they steal our electronics industry. We protect and defend Japan, and in exchange, they close their market to our cars. We protect and defend Canada, and they run up a massive trade deficit with us. We protect and defend all of Europe at a cost of trillions of dollars over time, and what do? They run an over $300 billion trade deficit with the United States. Why should America protect the world, send foreign aid to the world, defend the world, provide for the world, and in exchange, get ripped off by every other country in the world? And what do we have to show for it? The deindustrialization of the heartland, eradication of our industrial and manufacturing base that we need for our national security, and the crushing of the American dream. It has to stop. All of that manufacturing, all of that industry was ripped apart by our elites, shipped to foreign countries, and then they sent us the bill. They said, you have to protect Korea, you have to protect Europe, you have to protect Canada, you have to protect Japan. We won't take your cars, we won't take your agriculture. agriculture. We'll take away your steel industry, your aluminum industry, your copper industry, your electronics industry, all of the national industries that you need to be secure and successful as a country. So what President Trump is saying is, these are the injustices you have to remedy. This isn't just about moving around some lines on a ledger. This is about remedying the systemic injustice that says the streets of America are filled with European cars and Japanese cars, but the streets of Europe and Japan have no American cars. This is about saying that the American steel industry, which once built and sustained the modern world and is now a former husk of itself, coming back now.
America helps the rest of the world, and what do we get in return? Tariffs and trade barriers. So Donald Trump is saying that this era is over with. If tariffs are so bad, then why does every country use them? Every major trading partner that we have is taxing our goods. But what President Trump is doing is completely unacceptable and insane. I mean, why don't they tell that to every country that's doing it? I'm sorry, but America has been getting screwed over for decades while we subsidize all these countries that have high tariffs on us. I mean, does that make sense? The Trump administration knows exactly what they're doing. He is not just putting tariffs on these countries just to put on a tariff. He is trying to strengthen our country. We are too dependent on other countries for critical supply chains. We need to protect American interests and bring the supply chain back to our country and ensure that we are never at the mercy of foreign regimes. This is not reckless, in my opinion. It's very, very necessary. But I think I'll just drop it right there and leave it at that. What do you guys think? Please leave me a comment. Let me know. Am I way off base here? I'd love to know what you think about it. And I appreciate you supporting the channel. If you could hit that like button, I would appreciate it. It would really help the channel out a lot. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.